Hello everyone, this is Sal with a special update regarding the channel. I just want to let everybody know sort of the future of what we're going to be doing here with the channel. So, formerly we were called the Escape Pod or the Escape Pod Podcast, and going forward we will be resigning that name. We are moving on to a new era in the channel. Basically what happened was in around 2020, 2021, we sort of stopped updating the channel. I am sort of the producer, director, driver of the ship, editor of this channel. So I had moved on to a new project that was very successful until it wasn't. And so I was very distracted and not working on this channel whatsoever, and it had very much fallen by the wayside, not to mention myself and my co-hosts, Josiah and Nathan, were living together during the big blossoming of this channel, and then we all moved out and away from each other. Not for anything negative, we just all got into relationships in the fun mid-20s, bros in an apartment dream, started moving to the late 20s, becoming real adults reality. Videos were not being recorded as often nor uploaded. So we are now reviving the channel back and calling it Shuttlecast. Shuttlecast was the name of our podcast we did on the Escape Pod, where it was basically the talk about whatever podcast for topics that we didn't really feel necessary to have a whole video dedicated to. If you notice on the channel, our videos, for the most part, are measured in hours, not minutes. So having a nice, fun get-together show that was more easy breezy and less like we're talking about this retrospective of this old 1950s movie was a very fun thing to do. So we're taking that name and now it's being applied to the whole channel at wide. Because in the interim of me leaving and not updating the channel at all, some people came around and are now using the name The Escape Pod and have gone on way farther than we ever did with the name. So for search term optimization and to not be confused, we will take a new name that I think is actually a bit better and more marketable in my personal opinion as The Shuttlecast. So the channel is being revived. I'm very happy to have it be back. I've missed talking about media, talking about it with my friends, and honestly, making Escape Pod videos is such a near and dear memory for me that the idea of being able to come back to it now that we're a bit older is just so exciting to me. So for the future, we're planning to have a weekly show on Wednesdays, which is a proper Shuttlecast. If we're not all available to do it, obviously we will not be having an episode, but on the weekends for the next at least month or two, I'm going to be uploading videos that we had recorded in the past, but were never able to sit down and make it to a proper video. A lot of them sat on the wayside, A, because I was working on other projects, and B, because I wanted to give them a very serious, hardcore edit, and that is not reasonable. If you know the history of the channel, I used to actually do animatics for all of our podcasts and all these quick edits and fun. I'm a lot older now. I have a lot more things going on in my life, so this would be more of a chill, relax, long form thing. For the most part, something that you want to put on and listen to, though we will have video elements sometimes, and sometimes our conversations will be filmed on camera, but for the most part, they are going to be audio based. For the most part, the editing will be me leveling out the noise for your viewing pleasure and cutting any background audio if one of us happens to have a poor mic. I'm looking at Josiah right now. I remember the one time he got on the phone in his car for an episode. I love you so much if you're hearing this. Mwah! But we're back. So Wednesdays we'll have live shows. We'll be talking about what's happening in entertainment media, stuff that's coming out, general topics we want to talk about or complain about, but also movies that we are either revisiting, watching for the first time, and also movies that are happening in theaters. So look out for those. I know we are recording tomorrow, Tuesday night, and having the episode come out Wednesday morning. But for the next month or two or three even, old episodes that we recorded, some as far back as 2018, are being brought back to the surface, and they're being released finally. These old conversations that we've joked about that have been sitting on a hard drive for the past couple years are finally going to see the light of day. So if you hear an episode introduce itself as an Escape Pod episode, just know that we filmed that ages ago and you're probably listening to an older, outdated podcast. But they're still fun. There's still a lot of good conversations in them. Our opinions have probably changed on a couple things, but for the most part, I feel like it's still a fun thing to go back and look at even as a time capsule. So that's a quick blurb about what's happening. We are changing our name from Escape Pod to Shuttlecast. If we refer to it as Escape Pod, it's probably an old video. I hope you all enjoyed the journey we're about to go on. I'm really excited to bring back this podcast and talk to my friends again and talk about media and also get into arguments because we love to argue, even though we love each other so very much. So thank you all for listening to this little video. I will see you Wednesday for our first episode back, and I will see you Saturday for an old episode that's new to you, but old to me. Have a great day, everyone. And I don't have a sign out for this show, but yeah, shuttle on. I don't know.